everyone, I'm Sean Farrell, and welcome to This Month at the Library. July is here, which means our country is officially 250 years old. There are lots of fantastic events planned to help you celebrate and to keep you entertained afterwards, so let's get right to them. The Library and History Center will both be closed on Saturday, July 4th in honor of the Independence Day holiday. Both will operate regular hours for the rest of the weekend. Co-sponsored by the Library and the Recreation Department, the popular Thursdays at Surfside concerts have a great lineup for you this month. First, on the 2nd, is the American Soul Band, followed by Big Hicks on the 9th, Best of the Eagles on the 16th, Don Jovi on the 23rd, and Damn the Torpedoes on the 30th. Each concert is scheduled to begin at 7 p.m. at Surfside Park, so make sure to grab your beach chairs or blankets on the way over. In the event of inclement weather, they will move inside to neighboring Community Hall. The library will host a special family dance party at 10 a.m. on Friday the 3rd, featuring music by Dr. Thunder. On Monday the 6th at 7 p.m. in the library, 4 Broadway-caliber vocalists will dance and sing their way through a night filled with ABBA's vibrant melodies and Greek island vibes in Mamma Mia, an interactive ABBA experience. Games, trivia, sing-alongs, and other surprises promise to keep the audience fully engaged in this jubilant, immersive, and side-splitting tribute spectacle. The Avalon Historical Society's annual charity skee-ball competition returns to the Greyhound Poker Palace at 5 p.m. on Friday the 10th. Come by to see how you do against other area residents and visitors and help raise money for the society. On Monday the 13th at 5 p.m. at the library, the month's art house film selection will be H is for Hawk. After losing her beloved father, Helen finds herself saved by an unlikely friendship with a stubborn hawk named Mabel in this film based on the best-selling memoir by Helen MacDonald. This film is rated PG-13 for some strong language and smoking. On the 13th at 7 p.m., also at the library, Mark Zachariah will present Just Imagine, Mind Reading and Mentalism. What if a man could influence your decisions and know your secrets? What if he could rewrite what you think is real? Just Imagine asks simply this: what if a man could really read your mind or influence you without your knowing? Would any secret be safe? Just imagine. Catherine Center, the New York Times bestselling author of over half a dozen books, including How to Walk Away, Things You Save in a Fire, and What You Wish For, will be at Surfside Park at 7 p.m. on Monday the 20th. She will discuss her most recent book, The Shippers, a witty, heart-tugging childhood friends-to-lovers romance, and more, and will be signing copies of her books afterwards. Don't worry if you don't have one to bring, as several will be available for sale. In the event of rain, the event will move indoors to Community Hall. On Saturday the 25th at 1 p.m., Jerry McNeff will be at the library to present Thomas Jefferson, Founding Father. Jefferson was a principal author of the Declaration of Independence and the third U.S. president. A champion of religious freedom and individual rights, he expanded the nation through the Louisiana Purchase and supported public education. Jefferson was also a diplomat, architect, and founder of the University of Virginia. Despite advocating liberty, he enslaved people throughout his life, a lasting contradiction to his legacy. This is presented in partnership with Revolution NJ. Best-selling author of The Memory Gardener, Meg Donahue will be at Surfside Park at 7 p.m. on the 27th. Born and raised in Philadelphia, Meg has spent the happiest part of every summer of her life in Avalon, New Jersey. So bring your chairs and blankets to Surfside Park to hear her discuss her books and answer your questions. Books will be available for purchase and a book signing will follow. The event will move to Community Hall in the event of inclement weather. Make sure to visit www.avalonfreelibrary.org/events for additional exciting programs like book clubs, story time, tech help, mahjong, and much, much more for attendees of all ages. In partnership with meteorologist Joe Martucci and Shorely Safe, the Borough of Avalon has launched a new flood dashboard. It includes current and projected tidal conditions, the average number of floods per month, historical tide data, and more. Head to hondrospj.github.io/Avalon to check it out for yourself. Avalon will present a special reading of the Declaration of Independence at Surfside Park at 6:30 p.m. on July 2nd, ahead of the American Soul Concert. Make sure to come early to help mark our nation's 250th anniversary. On July 3rd, Avalon will hold a special USA-themed golf cart parade. All participants should assemble at the 29th Street parking lot no later than 5:30 p.m., and the parade will kick off at 6. Prizes will be awarded to the 3 best-decorated carts at Surfside Park. That will be followed with a concert by Nashville Express at 7 p.m. The Avalon Boat Parade will begin at 12 p.m. on July 4th through the back bays. Participants should arrive at the Avalon Yacht Club no later than 11:45 to line up. This event will be live streamed on the Borough of Avalon's Facebook page. Then at 9 p.m. that night, Avalon will once again present an epic fireworks spectacular, viewable from all of our town's beautiful beaches. Some books coming to the library in July include In Love You More by best-selling author Emily Giffin, a woman is newly engaged to a man she adores when she receives a call from her first love, with news that shatters her carefully ordered world. Daniel Mason, the author of Northwoods, is back with Country People, about a family that moves to rural Vermont, where husband Miles begins investigating a bizarre local legend. Everything Was Beautiful and Nothing Hurt by Ben Reeves follows Travis, aka Death, who comforts people without judgment as he witnesses their ends. That is until he finds himself becoming close with his midwife neighbor Dahlia and her young daughter Layla. Emery's top secret work forces her to keep secrets from husband Luca, but when a tragic accident erases his memory of her, she finds herself willing to do anything to get him back in the romance revival by the best-selling duo Christina Lauren. Sea of Charms by Sarah Beth Durst returns to the world of the spell shop, this time following ocean-going courier Marin, whose life of relative solitude is upended when she finds herself transporting refugees from a ruined city, including the charming musician Dax. Some movies that will be available to borrow in July include Michael tells the story of the early life of musician Michael Jackson, from the discovery of his talent as the lead of the Jackson 5 through to the artist whose creative ambition fueled a pursuit to become the biggest entertainer in the world. After breaking the mysterious one-wish willow to win his crush's heart, a hopeless romantic finds himself getting exactly what he asked for, but soon discovers that some desires come at a dark, sinister price, an obsession. In the drama, Robert Pattinson and Zendaya star as a happily engaged couple that is put to the test when an unexpected turn sends their wedding week off the rails. Pressure is about the tense 72 hours before D-Day, in which General Dwight D. Eisenhower and Captain James Stagg faced an impossible choice: launch the most dangerous seaborne invasion in history or risk losing the war altogether. When a ruthless despot steals a billion-dollar fortune, they're sent to take it back in an impossible heist that erupts into a deadly game of strategy, deception, and survival, in Guy Ritchie's In the Gray. That's it for this month. If you have a bit of news or an event that you think we might want to include here, send me an email at sean@avalonfreelibrary.org. Have a happy July, and I'll see you in the library.